Welcome students to lecture 11 of laws of motion. So in last lecture we completed some problems based on the same concept, and in this lecture also we are going to do some more numericals based on the mixed concepts of laws of motion. Let us begin the session. Right. Two balls capital M and N of masses. So M1 is given as 3 gram, M2 is given as 6 gram. So in motion with velocities v1 equals to 2 meter per second and v2 is equals to 1 meter per second respectively. They are asking their momenta are in the ratio. Therefore, p1 by p2 we are going to write m1 v1 by m2 v2. So momentum formula is product of mass into velocity. So 3 into 2 by 6 into 1. So your answer is 1:1. Here no need to convert this gram into kilogram, because after cancellation gram get cancelled since we are calculating the ratio. So ratio between the two bodies of their momenta is 1:1. And next one. So a force acts on a body 200 gram. Velocity changes from 15 meter per second to 25 meter per second in 2.5 seconds. What is the magnitude of force, assuming the force to be constant? So same, we know that F equals to ma. So a is, there is no information about a, that's why the change in velocity. So u, v and the time is given. If u, v time is known, we can write acceleration as v minus u by t. Let us find out acceleration first. So v minus 25 minus 15 by time interval will be, so 2.5. So 10 by 2.5. So this is 100 by 25 we can write. So 25 fours are 100. So acceleration is 4 meter per second square. But here mass is given in terms of CGS. So you need to convert this mass into kilogram by multiplying with 10 to the power of minus 3. Therefore we are going to get 0.2 kg is mass. Now we know the mass and acceleration. Substitute here. So 0.2 into 4, so 0.8 newtons is the force acting on the body. Right, a bullet of mass 60 gram moving with a velocity of 500 meter per second is brought to rest in 0.01 second. Find the impulse and average force of the blow. So impulse. So impulse they are asking. What is mean by impulse? Impulse is nothing but it is a change in momentum. So we can write J equals to delta P. That means we need to find change in momentum. So what is the formula for momentum? Final momentum minus initial momentum, or initial momentum minus final momentum we are going to write. So Pi minus Pf is nothing but impulse. Right. So what is the mass of the body? So mass of the body is given as 60 gram. We are going to convert into kg. 60 into 10 to the power of minus 3 kg. Therefore 0.06 kg. This is mass of the body. And what is its velocity? So initial velocity u equals to 500 meter per second. So it is brought to rest. That means final velocity is 0. So we can write here change in momentum or impulse m into u minus v we can write. So m 0.06 and u value, what is u? 500 minus final velocity 0. So 0.06, that is we are going to get 0 get cancelled, 5 6 30. Okay, these two zeros and the decimal points get cancelled. So 30 Newton second. Sir, they are getting negative sign. So negative sign nothing but here simply, so they have written final momentum minus initial momentum. Therefore we are going to get m into v minus u. So m 0.06 into 0 minus 500, therefore minus 30 Newton second is the impulse. Now they are asking, so J we got minus 30, minus sign represents only opposite direction. Right, they are asking average force. So for finding the force, they are given hint as time interval. What is the time interval? Delta T 0.01 seconds is given. Okay, so we know that force is equals to change in momentum by time interval. So what is change in momentum? Minus 30 by 0.01 is nothing but minus 3000. So 3000 nothing but what we can write, minus 3 kilo Newton. 1000 we can express as kilo. So this we are writing in terms of kilo. So force acting on it is minus 3 kilo newtons. So your answer will be B. Right, next one. A bullet of mass 20 gram fired from a rifle 8 kg with a velocity 100 meter per second. Find the initial velocity of the recoil. Find the final velocity of recoil of the rifle. So same concept related to the law of conservation of linear momentum and system related to the gun bullet system. So in case of a gun and bullet system, we know that M1 B1 is equals to minus M2 B2. So here I am taking two terms for rifle and one terms for bullet. Okay, our aim is to find recoil velocity of the rifle. Therefore V2 we can write minus M1 B1 by M2. So M1, so mass of the bullet 20 gram, 20 into 10 to the power of minus 3 kg, and then velocity of the bullet 100 meter per second, and mass of the gun is 8 kg. Substitute the values to find V2. So V2, what is M1? M1 is 20 into 10 power of minus 3 and V1 is 100. M2 is 8. So here minus 2 by 8 minus 1 by 4 minus 0.25 meter per second is the velocity of the rifle. The next one. So consider two spring balances hooked as shown in figure. We pull them in opposite direction. If the reading shown by A is 1.5 Newton. So here the first spring balance reads 1.5 Newton. Then what is the reading shown by B? So this is the concept related to the Newton's third law. So in case of Newton's third law, to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So action equals to minus reaction. That means what is the action here? 1.5 newtons is action. Then what should be the reaction? It should be also 1.5 Newton. So this is a application question based on the Newton's third law. So if a single balance reads a 1.5 Newton, the other balance which is attached to it also measures the 1.5. Even they are hanging from a rigid support like this. If they are hanging from a particular support, if the spring 1 measures for suppose 10 newtons and spring 2 also measures 10 newtons itself, that means the compulsory to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Based on that concept, this question is framed. Right, next. A truck starts from rest and rolls down a hill with a constant acceleration. It travels a distance of 400 meter in 20 seconds. So distance is given, S is equals to 400 meter. In how many seconds it travel? 20 seconds. They are asking find its acceleration, find the force acting on it if its mass is 7 tons. So the hint is given, ton is nothing but 1000 kg. We are going to write mass equals to 7000 kg. Right, starts from rest. So initial velocity u equals to 0. Then with the help of this we can find its acceleration. How can we find its acceleration? with the help of S is equals to ut plus half at square from second equation of motion. From second equation of motion we can add this. So S is 400 and it rolls down with 0 speed into t plus 1 by 2 a into a is unknown and t is given as 20. So 400 equals to 1 by 2 a into 400. 20 square is 400. 400 4 get cancelled. So acceleration is equals to 2 meter per second square. Now we got acceleration. Then we need to find force. What is the force acting on it? F equals to ma. So m is 7000 with acceleration is 2 meter per second. Therefore 14,000 newtons is the force acting on the object or truck. Let us see next one. A stone of 1 kg is thrown with a velocity of 20 meter per second across a frozen surface of a lake and comes to rest after traveling a distance of 50 meter. So on the surface of the frozen lake a stone is thrown. What is the mass of the stone? So mass of the stone is 1 kg and thrown with an initial velocity u equals to 20 meter per second, and after covering a distance of 50 meter the stone comes to rest. Then what is the force of friction between the stone and the ice? That means here due to motion of the stone on the surface by its own it comes to rest because due to application of the frictional force between the surface and the stone. Okay, right, let us find out the what is frictional force. Frictional force nothing but stopping force only. So for that purpose we need to find what is the retardation produced in the body. So retardation, why it is retardation? Because the velocity is going to reduce. If the velocity is going to reduce the acceleration will be negative. So a equals to v minus u by t. So again here there is no information about the time, therefore distance is given. Let us use the third equation of motion. Third equation of motion to find retardation, because the first expression is won't work out, because to use this expression we need time, but here no time is given. That's why I am going with the third equation of motion to find its retardation. So a equals to v square minus u square by 2s is the formula. So v square 0 square minus 20 square by 2 into 50 minus 400 by 100. So minus 4 meter per second square is the negative acceleration produced in the body due to frictional force. Therefore frictional force acting on the body, frictional force on the stone is F equals to ma. So m value is what? 1 kg. A value is minus 4. Therefore minus 4 newtons is the force of friction which is acting on the stone to bring the body into rest. Right, let us see next one. 8000 kg engine pulls a train of 5 wagons, each of 200 kg, along the horizontal track. So a train engine pulls a train of 5 wagons. So how many wagons will be there total? 5 wagons. Right. So each wagon is of 200 kg. Right. So each mass is 200 kg. if engine exert a force of 40,000 newton, so to pull these 5 wagons, the engine exerting force exerted by engine and the wagons is 40,000 newtons, right. The track offers a frictional force of 5,000 newton. So how much frictional force is offered? So frictional force offered is 5,000 newton. Then calculate the net accelerating force and the acceleration of the train. So net acceleration they are asking. So when you are calculating the net acceleration, so F equals to m into accelerating force they are asking, net accelerating force. So F, so force exerted by the train, that means force exerted by the engine minus force exerted by the track on it. So that will gives the net force. So net accelerating force is equals to force exerted by engine minus force exerted by frictional force by track, because as the engine is pulling the train in forward direction, so track is offering some resistance opposing force, that is how much, 5,000 newton. So what will be the total resulting force? Net force is equals to, it is an unbalanced force. So two forces are acting in opposite direction, that's why we need to find the difference between the forces. 40,000 minus 5,000, we are going to get 35,000 newtons is the net accelerating force, F net. And then the acceleration of the train they are asking. So acceleration of train, F net is equals to net mass into acceleration. So net force is what? 35,000 newtons is the net force acting on, because we are removing that 5,000 newtons. Right, 35,000. What is the mass? Net mass. So 8,000 is the mass of the engine and 5 wagons into 2. Therefore, no total mass is equals to 5 into 2000 plus mass of the engine. So 10,000. Therefore, we are going to get 18,000. 18,000 into A. Therefore, A is equals to 35,000 by 18,000 kg. This is net mass. Right. So zeros get cancelled. So nearly 1.9 something. Or closely we can write 2 meter per second square. So this is the acceleration of the train. Okay, na? So net force we are calculating. Net force nothing but what? What is the force exerted by the engine minus force offered, frictional force offered by the track, because these two will be opposite in direction. That's why the net force acting on the engine will becomes difference of the two. Then when you are calculating acceleration, net mass we need to consider 8,000 plus 10,000. Total 18,000 is the mass. So therefore we are going to get acceleration as 2 meter per second square. Let us see next one. So using a horizontal force of 200 Newton, we intend to move a wooden cabinet across the floor at constant velocity what is the friction force that will be exerted on the cabinet. So with what velocity we are moving? With constant velocity. Here the hint is velocity is constant. So velocity is constant. Then what is the change in velocity with respect to time? Delta v by delta t is equals to 0. At any point, whatever the point of the object it may be, it maintaining the same speed. So if it is moving with the same speed, acceleration will be 0. If acceleration is 0, what is the net force exerted by it? So F is equals to 0. F frictional force is equals to 0. Next one. A hockey ball of mass 200 gram traveling at 10 meter per second is struck by a hockey stick so as to return along its original path with a velocity of 5 meter per second. Calculate the magnitude of change in momentum occurred in the motion of the hockey ball by the force applied by the hockey stick. Okay na? So hockey ball. So hockey ball of mass 200 gram, that is 0.2 kg, is moving at a speed of 10 meter per second. It's stuck by a hockey stick. So when it's stuck by a hockey stick, it returns with a velocity of 5 meter per second. So v equals to 5 meter per second. Then calculate the magnitude of change in momentum. So change in momentum, we can write delta p is equals to initial final momentum minus initial momentum, m into v minus u we can write. So m, what is m? 0.2. So v direction is opposite direction to the initial direction, that's why we can take this as minus. So minus 5. U direction is positive direction only, minus 10. Therefore my 0.2 into minus 15, therefore minus 3 Newton second is the change in momentum of an object. Let us see next one. A bullet of mass 10 gram traveling horizontally with a velocity of 150 meter per second strikes a stationary wooden block, comes to rest in 0.03 second. Calculate the distance of penetration of the bullet into the block. Also calculate the magnitude of force exerted by the wooden block on the bullet. So let us see. This is a wooden block, a bullet of mass 10 gram. So 10 into 10 to the power of minus 3 kg is traveling horizontally with a velocity of how much? U is equals to 150 meter per second. So strikes a stationary wooden block, comes to rest in 0.1 second. That means after striking this wooden block, it comes to rest within the wooden block after covering a certain distance in time interval of 0.03 seconds. So now it finally coming into rest. So before going to strike the wooden block, what is the velocity? 150 meter per second is the velocity of the bullet. Calculate the distance of penetration of the bullet. So initial velocity is known, final velocity is known, time taken is given. First we need to find out what is the change in acceleration. So acceleration we will find first. So use the formula v square minus u square, or time will be given, no? Keep it aside. So let us take with a is equals to v minus u by t. So a equals to 0 minus 150 by 0.03. So a equals to minus 15,000 by 3 right. So acceleration is equal, that means retardation is equal to minus 5000 meter per second square. Then what is the distance of penetration they are asking? So distance of penetration of bullet we can use, so third equation of motion. So from third equation of motion we can write v square minus u square is equals to 2as. So s is equals to v square minus u square by 2a. So v square 0 square minus u square 150 square by 2 times of 5000 minus sign. So this we are going to get 15 square 225, 225, 2 zeros by minus 10,000. So we are going to get 0 0 get cancelled. So 2.25 is the distance travelled by the body before coming into rest. Again they are asking what is the magnitude of force exerted by wooden block on the bullet. So F equals to MA. This is magnitude of bullet, magnitude of force acting on bullet. So M 10 into 10 power of minus 3 into minus 5000. So we are going to get minus 50 Newton is the force, frictional force exerted by the wooden block on the bullet. So in this way we can solve the problem. Alright, let us see next one. An object of mass 1 kg traveling in a straight line with a velocity of 10 meter per second collides with and sticks to a stationary wooden block of mass 5 kg. Then they both move off together in the same straight line. Calculate the total momentum just before the impact and just after the impact, and also calculate the velocity of the combined object. So an object of mass 1 kg, an object of mass 1 kg is moving along a straight line with a velocity 10 meter per second, collides with and stick to a stationary wooden block. So collide this body and stick to this body. So which is initially rest, that means u2 equals to rest, that means at 0. And what is the mass of the wooden block? Mass of the wooden block is given as 5 kg. And then moves off together. After collision, both the bodies are stick together and they are moving with a common velocity. Now they are asking, calculate the total momentum just before the impact. So momentum just before the impact, what we can write? m1 u1 plus m2 u2. So m1 u1, so 10 into 1, m2 u2 5 into 0. So 10 is the momentum of system before participating in collision. The same way just after the impact. So just after the impact, so we need to find what is the common velocity. So common, first we will find common velocity, then we will come to that just after the impact. So V common, we know that common velocity in perfectly inelastic collision m1 u1 plus m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. So m1 u1, what is m1? So 10 into 1 plus this term will be 0, and m1 plus m2 is 10 plus 5, so 10 by 15 2 by 3 meter per second square. Next, momentum just after the impact. So momentum just after the impact. So after the impact, both the bodies will move together. That's why P final is equals to m1 plus m2 into v common, because they are moving with a common velocity. So m1 plus m2, 10 plus 5 into 2 by 3. So 15 into 2 by 3, 5 is so 6 kg meter per second is the final momentum of the system just after the impact. Okay, thank you, take care.